Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to take a video and use my earpiece and see if the sound is easier to pick up. So I did, this morning, I did the side yard, and today I'm going to continue and do the middle of the garden. But just as a reminder, this is what my focus was this morning, is these freaking incredible lilies that smell so delicious and are opening up to their full bloom. How lovely is that? And this gorgeous little chamomile plant, which I planted in the fairy garden this year, and it's twice the size it was last year. So what is it, July 23rd, I think? And this time in July, it's such a nice time for the garden. I mean, everything is either blooming or going to be blooming soon. The sweet peas have been blooming for at least a month, and I cut bouquets from it almost every day. And they're just spectacular. So I think I'll go over to this part of the yard now, which, oh, there's the tomato, which we should start having tomatoes any second, and the carrots. First year doing carrots, and they look quite happy. So that is a sunflower I started from seed. It seems to be taking an awfully long time to get any height, even though I've been fertilizing them. So I am not sure what to say about that at all. Now, we moved the daylily this year from under the magnolia tree, and it's happy. It's blooming. It's called strawberry something, and it's happy, happy, happy. And here's another little sunflower, and I don't know how it got there. I think probably a bird. Oh, and here we go. Here's some more lilies. Isn't that gorgeous? So I got a lily called something, but I forgot the name, but it's like a stargazer, but it's even better because it gets bigger. And oh my God, oh, the fragrance, oh my goodness. So we have quite a few lilies in here. There's another one of the red ones. And there's some more lilies, more lilies, more lilies. And there's the Rudbeckia. Finally. Isn't that pretty? I love Rudbeckia. It is hard to compete with such a bright, shiny color that will bloom the rest of the summer. That's a different kind of Rudbeckia that I've never grown before. Well, no, that's not true. I did grow it last year, but the pumpkin smashed it. So I thought I'd try again, and it's so pretty. And it feels like velvet. I'll cut a few flowers for bouquets. And look at this sunflower. It's huge, and it's making a lot of flowers. So that's fun. And then we come to the dahlia bed, which I have to say, I did come and cut a bunch of dahlias this morning. But even with cutting a bunch of dahlias, there's still a whole bunch of dahlias here. So let me take a look. We got orange, we got the gingham. Oh, here's a red one down here. These are prolific. This one, I cut about 10 flowers off of this morning, and when you put it in a vase, I mean, they are huge. They're just absolutely huge. And here's an orange one. There's that gingham. I forgot the name of it, but I just love it. And there's something that's opening. What is this one? I'm not really sure what that is yet, but that is pretty. I don't remember what some of the names that I planted I don't even know if I wrote them down. Really. This is a sweetheart lily. Ugh, it smells so good. And this is the dinosaur dinner plate dahlia. Oh, look, the phlox is starting to bloom. And it is so fragrant. And look how tall it is. I mean, it's over 7 feet. And pretty soon this whole entire plant will be covered with bright pink flowers. And here's some more dahlias. Look at the color of that dahlia. Is that pretty or what? I cut all of those. I should have left them on the plant, but when I go inside, I'll take pictures. Isn't that a winner? And here's some more dahlias. Oh, there's a little purple one down there. And this one is really pretty. I'll have to cut some of these. That is just such a pretty dahlia. And I really like this one. It's called Chillum's Pride or something. And look how pretty. It's a pink. Oh, it really goes in the bathroom downstairs. It's so pretty. Look how tall they are. I have to reach all the way up. So that must be over 7 feet. And oh my goodness, look at the color of this. I moved this one that was down by the lower bed last year. That has got to be one of my favorite. I got to plant more of these. That's just a stunner. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite. Oh, it's starting to open. That is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. There's another red one. There's the little purple one. Uh-oh. A little dahlia branch fell down. I gotta stake that. Terry's done a great job staking this bed, I gotta say. It's very rare that anything falls. And what's exciting about this dahlia bed is it's still just beginning to open. These are just beginning. Just beginning. Whee! I have to remember to go a little slower. And there's another red one. I can't wait to see this one open. Isn't that something? You know, I was worried about this sunflower here because it was growing so slowly, but I fertilized it a few times and now it's up to the sky. It's like 15 feet tall. This is the dinosaur Revecchia that's going to start blooming. And this is that special hollyhock that's happy. The zinnias are starting to put on some growth. So that means we'll have a few flowers. All right, here, look at this dahlia. It's a prolific bloomer. I mean, every day I come out and cut a bunch, and every day I come out, there's more. This plant's got to be at least 10 years old, so it puts out a lot of flowers. And the lovely phlox, so pretty. This is going to be covered. Look at all the buds on this thing. It's covered. The phlox has a beautiful fragrance on top of it. So the lupins are doing well. And the poppies, more lupins. This lily's about to open. Look at that, it's ready to burst open. And that lily is doing really well. And then come in here. Let me show you this one. Go inside here. Look at that. There's the yarrow. There's the yarrow starting to bloom. Here, I'll do a little. That yarrow's pretty, isn't it? That is so pretty. Oh, and here's the first flower on the Dinosaur Rudbeckia. Not quite open, but it's starting to. I have 2 of these. And here's some Crocosmia and some lily. Oh, it smells so good in here. And some hollyhock and another lily. I'm gonna walk around. So, oh look, in this flower, this rose has got buds all over it now. It's gonna do another rebloom. And look at that rose. Isn't that something? All those red long stem roses. Those are long stem red roses, and they're fragrant and they're gorgeous. And that rose blooms all summer. I mean, it just keeps blooming. I cut it and it's got more flowers on it. How nice. How lovely. And more lilies down here. More lilies, more lilies, more lilies. And this rose bush has got more buds on it here. This poppy looks like it might be ready to be done. I mean, it has been putting out flowers for, it feels like months, but I don't know for sure. And that's the Nepeta. And then it's been blooming for a few months, so pretty soon it'll be time to cut back all the spent blooms. The bees love that plant, by the way. And the lavender, which has been opening up and really happy. And a few more lilies over on this side. This fusion lily is definitely done. It's the last leg, and this lily is about to bloom. So we're in no shortage of lilies. And if you look over there, we have hollyhock and lilies. I'll go over to the hydrangea bed, which is on the other side. And we have some different kinds of daisies. They're not Shasta, they're kind of a little bit different variety. And there's another dahlia that started blooming. And the Queen Anne's lace and the borage. I put some borage seed in this summer, and oh my goodness, it comes up really quickly. Before I knew it, borage was blooming. And this, didn't get some Monarda, although this Monarda did fill this bed last year. So I'm not sure why it didn't do this again. So I'm on the other side of this bed. This is oregano that's blooming, and it is so happy here. It's pretty when it blooms. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's a pretty little bloomer. Pretty, 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 pretty. And we're here over on the other side of the bed, and look at all these lilies. This big one's about to bloom. We have a lot of lilies on the property. Ton of lilies. And I'll walk around this bed here. This is the Thalectrum. Oh, look how pretty that is. I have 3 of these now, and they have been blooming for a long time. Look how cute those buds are. Is that the cutest? Look at it. The lily's about to open. Is that cute or what? Sweet. Queen Anne's lace. The bees really love it too. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to step back a little bit. Look at the phlox on the back side. It seems like it's blooming a little bit earlier. And the dahlias. And look at this. This is a Canterbury bell, and it's so purple. It looks like it's glowing. Oh man, that's gorgeous. Very gorgeous. I'll just take one little shot of this with the lilies here. The blooming lilies. First time I've heard kids in a while. I don't even know where they're from. They're probably visiting. Look at those beautiful flowers. Canterbury bells is just lovely. They're pretty in the garden and they're pretty in a vase. They last a long, long time. And more Queen Anne's lace. That has been a very successful plant. We're still waiting for the cosmos to bloom. Another sunflower and another sunflower. I planted them all over the place and they're not blooming yet. But the phlox is. Look at the phlox. So pretty. I can't wait to take a video of the phlox when it's in full bloom. It is a stunner. A stunner. We made a bird bath. Haven't really seen many birds on it, but we tried. Here's a wide angle glimpse. This is where we hang out with visitors, mostly Helen. We haven't had many visitors this summer. Jill and Hoppy, that's it. Before they moved to Arizona. I like taking more wide angles so you can really see what's happening. The fox is gonna open. I shouldn't have cut all the dahlias. I probably cut 24 dahlias this morning. I don't bring lilies in the house anymore because Terry's asthma doesn't do well with that lily. So, I mean, you know, lilies, they're so powerful. One lily will make a whole room fragrant. So I can come out here and smell and just take in this glorious fragrance. Just do a wide scope of all the flowers. All the flowers. So many. The roses are about to do a second, you know, a second bloom. I'm just thinking about all the flowers. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. I basically have as many flowers as I could possibly handle. And now I'll walk around the front just to give a whole perspective. I mean, I'm really doing this so that in the winter, when I start feeling really depressed, especially I'm not sure if we'll be able to travel this year, because every winter we go to Mexico or somewhere, Hawaii, somewhere, and I'm not sure that's going to happen this year. So I'm preparing to be able to play videos for myself so that in the winter, when I say, you know, it rains for months on end and I have to get my sun lamp out just to get through it, I can remember what happens here in the summer. Roses. This is a very special poppy, so I'm waiting until this dries out and then I'm going to save all the seeds. So now I think I'll go in the front and give a perspective of what it looks like in the front. And that's the table. There's still a few plants I have to put in the ground. Oh look, the Lewisia is blooming. Took a long time to get that thing to bloom. But there it is. How lovely. How lovely. Pansies, I nasturtium. Oh, I just love, look at this corner. It is just spectacular. Spectacular. Wow, huh? Poppies. I cut a bunch of glads this morning. See, we're gonna have beans. So we're growing some beans now, and I thought I'd try some peppers this year, but even with the weather, we're gonna have a few jalapenos and a couple of peppers. Those were just to try. We never really get peppers here. Peas have been great this year, but I thought, well, let's give it a try and see what happens. And lo and behold, we did get a few peppers. All right, here we are in the front of the house, and the cute little birdhouses. The kids, when they pass the house, they just love that. Like, Mommy, look at the birdhouse. And the birds actually use that. They have their babies in the birdhouses. You can see from here, you can see all the lilies. And look at this sunflower. And look at this fuchsia. I mean, this fuchsia is just spectacular. Every year it gets bigger, and it's got hundreds and hundreds of flowers. Hundreds. Check it out. Hundreds. Oh, so lovely. And there's the dahlia beds inside. This was all flowering, and I guess in a few weeks we'll get a new flush of yellow roses. And here's the bed with the lilies, and they're going to bloom, every one of them. Should probably give them some water. I don't get much water out here. And around the forsythia, here's the hydrangea bed. Oh, look at this. Isn't that pretty? Huh? Wow. I'm expecting the video to answer back. Isn't it pretty? We have the pretty dark hydrangeas and the light ones. There's so many flowers. So many. And look at this. Look at that beautiful rose bush. So let's get a little closer to this bed. This is the bed that's on the other side. See, there's the house. I can hardly see it at this point. And look at the roses. They're coming back. Those are like boutonniere roses. They have little pink buds, and I cut them off as a whole bouquet. One stem is a whole bouquet. Look at those gorgeous red roses. Oh, they're so pretty. This red rose bush has been blooming for months, and they keep pumping out. And these lilies are going to bloom any day. I mean, look at the size of these buds. The poppies kind of fell down. There they are. But I'm a cottage gardener, so I'm into messy. I like my messy garden. It's full. There's another lily. God, did I stuff them in. I stuffed in so many lilies in this garden. Like, every square inch has got something. That's for sure. Look at the size of this dahlia. It's a yellow one, and it's been here a number of years. And it puts out some gorgeous yellow, big yellow flowers. And there's my other hollyhock, dark red. It's very pretty. And here's the daisies. They're like a frilly daisy. I think they're so pretty. I like them. And those bloom flowers, the campanulas, they're still blooming. I have to admit, I did cut a bunch for bouquets. And here's the more dahlias. That potato looks like, that one down there looks like it's probably done. When it falls over, when the top of the potato falls over, it means that they're done. So we gotta dig it up. And there's a beautiful dahlia. And here comes some more dahlias. And there's the borage plant. Isn't that pretty? I swear, I threw seeds in here, I don't know. It feels like just a month ago. That would have been a very fast growing flower. Here's another one. And there's the Romanesco. And I think this is a cosmos. That's what I think this is. I did do a number of cosmos from seed, so I'm certainly hoping that's what it is. Oh man, that needs to be weeded. But look, see when I look back, how pretty that is. This is the other side of the house, the side garden. That campanula, I mean, look how incredible. It's got hundreds of flowers up in that tree. So pretty when it blooms. And that's about it. I went from all the way around today. I even took some video of the front. Well, if anybody watches this, thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it.